Okay, it's recorded. Time for my review of Ponyo, the latest Hayao Miyazaki film, which has already been out in Japan for like a year, by the way. And I'm not even going to try and say the Japanese name. I'll put a link or a title, what the Japanese title is, on the side, or that way, I think. I'm still trying to figure out where the dynamics are. Like, here's the comments and all that. So, if I fail, call me out on it. Now, if you don't know who Hayao Miyazaki is, he's like one of the best animators to come out of Japan, and one of my favorite filmmakers in general, really. Like, he's made his last three movies have been Princess Mononoke, great film, very bloody and violent and awesome. It's called the Star Wars of anime, and it deserves that title. Spirited Away, he won the best animated feature for that, which great movie. I like Princess Mononoke the best out of all his films, though. So, and then he did an adaptation of Howl's Moving Castle, which he's been trying to do forever. That and Tales of Earthsea were like his two movies I have to make. Now, this Ponyo gets an English dub, and it's headed once again by the team of Miyazaki and John, Pixar's head. I really hope I'm saying his last name not John Lasseter, and he's like a resident Miyazaki fanboy. Him and all his Pixar guys, when they'd have problems, they'd go watch Miyazaki films for inspiration, which really shows when the flying scenes of Up and somewhat in Wall-E, but I more saw it in Up than Wall-E. Up, great film, by the way. And so Ponyo is Miyazaki's very loose take on Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid. And when I mean loose, I mean very loose. This was better than Howl's Moving Castle because he wasn't really made himself be constrained to the story. He takes the general plot and the basic character ideas from Little Mermaid, but he entirely makes this movie his own, which works because Miyazaki works best when he's making original stuff. I found. Look at Lupin the Third Castle something that was like his first movie. That wasn't that good. Now, it's also a return to all hand-drawn animation, and my god, it was spectacular to watch. I mean, this is up there with Up and Wall-E and Coraline in best animated film. Well, Wall-E couldn't be best animated film this year. It's up there with Up and Coraline as the best animated film, and it's better than both of them. Because they had to draw all of this, and it's amazing to see that. Think they drew all of this, and it's beautiful. The water effects, the sea, the background stuff has a very watercolor. I'm no art expert, so I'm trying to go with what I best know, but it's just beautiful to watch. And the reason he was like, I'm going to hand-drawn animation, because he thought computers were coming in and taking away the creativity of his phenomenal staff at Studio Ghibli. I would put a link to where I read that he said that, but it escapes me at the moment, so maybe I will later. Now, hand-drawn film people. Oh yeah, you have to be one cold-hearted douchebag to not like this movie. Seriously, even the most cold-hearted person will love this movie. It's cute and full of whimsy and beautiful and whimsy. I like that word right now, whimsy. It's very Now, and that's the good thing about all Miyazaki films. They're all just great. This film in general is great. Not his most original, really, because he adapted a book, but it's still great, because one of the things, even not great Miyazaki films are still better than most of the crap that's coming out of Hollywood, which is sad, but true. And also, one of the great things, all his normal themes are way out in front, particularly in this one, his whole environmentalism and balance thing, because seen most of his movies. I think the one that I haven't seen really is Porco Rosso and Naruska Valley of the Winds. I need to go pick those up off of Netflix. But I really didn't realize that until I was on Wikipedia reading about Miyazaki because I was bored one day and I was like, wait, they're right. All these are in his movies. The whole feminism, environmentalism, balance. Not since Castle in the Sky really has his like ex-socialist communist tendencies and personifying the working class really shown, but that, whatever. Moving on. Now, this is an English dub, and no, don't cringe at this. This was great. This is definitely not Naruto in English, because I remember watching Naruto in Japanese and like, oh my god, yay! Because I didn't have cable at the time, and then I was like, oh wait, I have cable now. Time to watch Naruto in English. Ooh, that's just, I can't. They edit out all the good stuff, mainly the violence and the cursing. But this is a great English dub. This is what all English dubs should be. It has a star-studded cast. We have Cate Blanchett, Liam Neeson, Tina Fey, Frankie Jonas of the Jonas Brothers, which, oh my god, I love something the Jonas Brothers did, which is really, really weird, considering I truly hate the Jonas Brothers because I think they're hacks and terrible musicians. Let the fan mail from Angry Girls begin. You suck. Okay. And Noah Cyrus is in it, who I guess has something to do with Disney. I don't know who she is. Enlighten me, viewers of YouTube. And the only thing about the English dub I can say I didn't like was some of Tina Fey's lines just kind of were like da 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 da, and I was like, the flow wasn't really there, but that's like maybe 2 times in the entire film, which 2 times out of everything else still makes a great movie. The only person I really didn't like was Noah Cyrus's high-pitched girl screams, and it was very just high-pitched screams. They're just not my thing. Now, this movie isn't perfect. It does get really slow at some times, and I was just like, wow. Excuse me. I was just like, wow, this is really slow. But I loved that it was slow because it let me sit back and just enjoy the art, which I think one of the things I loved about WALL-E in the first like 13 minutes of Up, you just kind of sat back and looked at it and were like, ooh, pretty colors. This lets you enjoy what he did, and yes, the character designs aren't super detailed. So what? If you wanted to draw the same person moving from their hand from here to here a bajillion times, you wouldn't want to make it super detailed either. You'd want to be able to go, okay, next, okay, and still make it be at a high quality. This movie is beautiful. It is my favorite animated movie of the year, and one of my favorite movies of the summer, and one of my favorite movies of the year right now. Right now, I'm having it occupy number 4 or 3. 4 or 3. I'll make a list at the end and make another video where I have my movies of the summer, and then you'll know. Reason why you should subscribe and watch my movies. I've rambled on long enough. Time for the rating. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Like I said, it's not his most imaginative. It's still full of all the normal Miyazaki goodness, but it's not entirely original, so I gotta knock some points for that. And it does get a little slow, so kids might get bored with it, but they just need to learn to enjoy art. Like all people should, we need to learn to enjoy art. And even bad Miyazaki is still better than most of the crap that comes out in Hollywood. Like Transformers 2. I'm looking at you. 9.5. Go see this movie.